In the studio right now, we have Noah, the Swiftie, that went to the show, day 2, who's dressed in a normal T-shirt, but he's a Swiftie. In the studio, we have Payton, who's not a Swiftie, who's wearing a Swiftie T-shirt, who went to day 1.
Yeah.
Who's the real Swiftie?
Take that, Noah.
Wow.
I mean, judging by past comments, it's definitely not Payton.
Yeah, no.
Did you yell at her about merch at one point?
I did yell at her at merch at one point, but of course I caved in. I'm all about the concert tees, so any show I go to, I'm getting a T-shirt. Don't care who it is, but let me clear that up, Kyle, because I like Taylor Swift. I like her music. Actually, at the show, I was genuinely surprised. I was like, wait, I know this song and I like this song. I forgot how much I actually like Taylor Swift. I just don't like her marketing strategy. I think that she's a little I think she takes advantage of some of her diehard fans like Noah, which kind of bothers me. But I'm sure it's not really her. But I like Taylor Swift.
No, I just read a whole article on her marketing director yesterday because my sister sent me this link. He goes, who is this person? I'm like, I don't know. So I started researching, and it's her marketing person, who's a genius.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you may not like her, but I think she's raked in about an extra $200 million for Taylor alone.
Absolutely.
Right?
But...
So, Noah, you being the official Swiftie, how was everything?
Oh, it was fantastic. I do want to add to Peyton's thing. They sold $3 million in merch on the first day. That's what I heard from the security people at my seat, which was row 1. Absolutely fantastic. I when I got to my seat, that's when it hit me. This whole time it hasn't hit me, but when I saw that metal barricade just in front of me and I had leg room when no one else did, I was like, okay, I got the best seat in this place. And you guys, Taylor Swift winked at me, she smiled at me, and she did a self-hug, hug grab. She looked at me a total of 4 times. I went in there with no expectation because of how massive the stadium is and how you wouldn't, you could look at anybody, but she literally looked at me 4 times, and I about melted each time.
Did you at all cry during this whole service?
During the acoustic set, I let a tear out.
My sister went with my niece, and my niece was psycho. She was screaming and yelling and crying and knew every word. And I mean, screaming songs, not even enjoying it. They sent me videos.
Yeah, but no, that stage, Noah, goes all the way across the whole stadium. So how long was she really in front of you? Because she was working that crowd like crazy.
The first time she looked at me, I was filming. And I could tell she was annoyed because everybody was just filming and no one was really seeing in the front sections. So after I got what I needed, I had my mom kind of take over and I put my phone away for the rest of the show. And I was singing every single word, making direct eye contact with her. And she noticed. That second time she came around, she knew that I was paying attention.
As if to say thank you for putting away your phone and being a part of the show.
Was that the point where she did the hug? Thanks for putting away your phone, Noah.
No, the hug was the last time. Okay. So she would go down to the very end of the catwalk and make sure she got the whole, all the bowls covered. And then she would, when she was on the middle part of the catwalk, she would make sure she was in my section. And she was always right by me. Okay. And it was just incredible. The pictures were fantastic.
Yeah, all the videos I saw, close. It was just she's amazing. And she's stunning. And she really looked like she was having a great time. And I thought, she did 44 songs, I think, right? Yeah. Both nights. I thought, can she hold that up? Can she, in Vegas? She's in Vegas. She's going to do maybe 40 songs, and then a couple days. Then she's in Minnesota. She'll do maybe 28 songs.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, was that just because it was the first couple of shows? But then that's the set list, right? Yeah. That's it.
But that changes every night too, because she was saying she's at the acoustic part of her show. She's changing every single night to do different songs.
She did 2 different songs that she did the first night.
She switched out songs. So you got different shows then.
I got 2 different songs than Peyton did.
So we were flying in. We were in Hawaii seeing my son Kemp, and we landed at the airport yesterday. My wife saw 2 people. Well, we all saw people in Swiftie t-shirts like Peyton's. So my wife just goes, "You guys here for the Taylor concert?" And she's like, "Yeah." Where are you guys from? And the one girl goes, "I'm from D.C. and this is my friend from Colorado." And we met up there. And my son Kemp, he had classmates that flew from Hawaii to go to the show. Wow. So there was, if you think about it, I've been trying to do this Taylor math, and just I'm in such awe of her. 2 nights sold out, 70,000 people to see one person, right? I mean, a month ago, there were 70,000 people there to see 2 football teams.
You know,
Hey, Rihanna.
I read that the Super Bowl didn't even sell out that arena if there wasn't that many people.
Like, that's incredible,
That's insane.
man. And then she looks like, when she does that thing where she's up there and she's smiling, she's so grateful. Like, I believe every second of
Oh,
it.
for sure.
What I thought my favorite part of the show, like, obviously Taylor crushed it, but they all gave us bracelets that lit up. And it was the coolest thing ever because you could see like how many people were in that arena just by the flashing lights. And it was like, whoa, there's a lot of people in here and this is really cool. The fact that she can captivate an audience like that was insane.
Well,
For 3.5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, it flooded social media. It was everywhere. So much so that Kelsey Ballerini was literally in concert wondering about the Taylor Swift concert.
Is anyone stalking the ERAS store? Has it started? Is Cruel Summer on the set list? It is? Wow, that's my Super Bowl, I gotta be honest. That's all I needed to know. Thank you for that. Quick live updates.
That's cool.
Right in the middle of her concert, she's like, I wonder what Taylor Swift is doing.
It's like, I'm sorry you guys are here. I don't want to be here. If I would have known when she put out her concert lineup, I would have rescheduled this show. Jeez.
And everybody at her show is checking the set list of the Taylor show, too, so they all knew.
Yep.
That's amazing.
My sister was sending me messages last night because she went to the show and there was a whole ticket scandal, right? The whole debacle, whatever, right? And she was like sending me links to these social media influencers that have 2-3 million followers, and they're all in the front row. And she's like, "Look at this." And this person's got 3 million followers in their front row. This person's 2 million followers. I wonder if this is part of the ticket scandal. And I go, "What do you mean? Do you think that Taylor set this all up?" "No, God, no. Taylor's innocent. She could never do anything wrong." Like my sister. And she's
in.
All her
she's
people.
like, all these people are sponsored by these huge companies. These huge companies probably bought all these tickets, and
Yeah.
that's part of the deal. And then to give them these influencers, like that's what she thinks happened.
Oh.
But for whatever, Taylor's innocent of anything bad doing.
The girl
But-
next to me, when she sat down, she was older, and in the Swiftie community, we call them elder Swifties. And I was like,
Because she's what, 28?
I go, "Are you an OG Swiftie?" And she goes, "No." And then she proceeded to take 25 different pictures, all sorts of angles. That's all they cared about. The whole show was just taking pictures the whole time of themselves.
So
And I
Noah,
was
being like a
yep.
Swiftie, do you look at them and you're like, how dare you? How dare you take this seat?
Yes.
'Cause
I
you
was like,
think
there's
it's-
people out there in 400 who are like grinding backwards. They would love this seat. And I'm just like, and all you care about is being next to that rail taking your selfie.
Okay.